throughout the state, and I really am so honored that you came down here to introduce me and be part of tonight. People ask me, why in the world would you want to go to Congress? That's so dysfunctional when there's really great things happening here in California. And there are great things happening here in California. Our own state senator, Hannah Beth Jackson, was the author of the Equal Pay Bill that was signed into law, which was the strongest in the country. Issues related to environmental protection with SB 350. I mean, there have been things, one thing after another, that I'm very proud of, that I live in a state that is so progressive. And it's precisely because of that reason that drives me to want to go to Congress, to be a member of the California congressional delegation, to bring what's working here in California and move that onto a national stage. And I gotta say, with Lucy Flores and I, if we can be, in the same building working on things together, watch out, Washington, D.C. Yeah. My gosh. I mean, that is incredible. Hard to follow. But we each have our own stories and how we got to where we are today. And certainly, as Susan mentioned, working at Planned Parenthood was a tremendous honor for me to do. It was a lot of work, but it was a lot of pride in that work. Working in human resources for me too. Also, I talked about that as here's a profession where what are you talking about? You're talking about how to recruit and retain people without discriminating with them based on their gender or sexual orientation or medical disability or physical disability, amongst other things. You make sure there's pay equity. You provide good access to health care, to child care. I mean, looking at promotion opportunities. I was calling it's the type of profession where the personal, political, and paycheck can all come together. But a lot of those things that you need to follow through on, especially in that profession, are based on labor law and based not only on state law, but what happens on a national level. And the combination of what we're seeing here, the attacks on reproductive rights, the attacks on women's equality, on the ability for women to make decisions for themselves, in combination with having that background and then becoming mayor, where I get to talk about droughts and potholes and water distribution and parks and recreation and police and fire and basic work in housing and dealing with poverty and dealing with homelessness. Bringing a feminist perspective to municipal government is something that I've been proud to be able to do and want again to bring that conversation forward onto a national